Welcome back, squad. Good to see you. I hope you all are enjoying a comfort week as much as I have. So I'm gonna go over a couple of things. A couple of games, August 30th for this 2025-2026 football season, and what teams are going to succeed this season, and how which teams are going to go to a college football playoff. So I'm gonna do my top 20. So the first one is I'm gonna be Mississippi State. So the first team is so the first so this is my top 25 teams that are hopefully could make a college football playoff game at this coming season. The first one is Tennessee. Tennessee made a playoff game but lost. That game against Ohio State was not good. They didn't do well. They got out, had a couple turnovers, did not do well in that game, and had to really challenge themselves to what they could do and the lifestyle they were doing it in. But anyway, they did a great job. Very, very happy with the result. But I think they should be in the playoff contention. I hope they can succeed. They're doing a great. They've done a great job getting to a high standpoint. These are two teams that I would likely see in a college football playoff game. That's my first one. Second one, is probably who would get to a national championship. But the second one I would like to see win is Ohio State. They won a national championship last year. What is Ryan Day going to bring to the table this season? What is he going to do? What is Ohio State going to look like? Are they going to be the team from last year where they played exceptionally well, lost to Michigan at home? What is it going to be like this season for them in a game where they really could change the outcome of this upcoming season? I do a lot of basketball, but I think the start of football season's getting here. So I think Ohio State will get there, won a national championship, but I think they will be able to win one next year, this season. So it'll depend on how Ryan Day, what he does to help his team to get ready for the season. What can he do on the front end? The other team my third team, I would like to see Purdue get one. Purdue has not been to a playoff game since. They have a new head coach. They have a new quarterback. They have another star and a running back. They can do a lot of stuff like that. But Purdue has got to rebuild because of what happened in West Lafayette down there in that area. But I would like to see Purdue get one. They haven't won a national championship yet, and I think they deserve to be in a playoff game. I don't know what will happen this season with them. I don't know. I think they're going to have to find a way to win one at some point in a season. Number 3, I'd like to see Tulane win one. I don't know. The Green Wave looked really good last year. They beat Coastal Carolina at home. What are they going to look like this season as they get ready for this upcoming season? And how do they get ready for a good season coming up? Number 4, I would go with what Trey said. Georgia needs to win one. They have not won one since 2022, and that was the season where they had Stetson Bennett, that big run for him. That was a great season. I think Georgia's going to have to find a way to get, through a tough game. What can he do? What can this Georgia team look like this season with their new quarterback? What is he going to look like this season, and how are they going to prepare for a tough schedule ahead? I would also put in there Alabama. DeBoer's a good coach coming into year 2. What is he going to look like? Is he going to have another star quarterback like he had with Jalen Milroe? Is he going to have is Ryan Williams going to come back and turn the table on a great season? What is he going to look like next year? Is he going to bring a lot of that start to the table? And what is he going to do based on how he played last year? He was an absolute stud. He did fantastic. He had over I don't know how many yards he had. He probably had more, but I would put in there, it's going to be I think DeBoer's a good coach. I just think it's a rebuilding year for him. He led Washington to a national championship, lost. What will he look like in year 2 coming into Alabama? Number 4 would be Oregon. Oregon made it to a semifinal game, a quarterfinal, and did not play well. They had a couple games where it continued to play. They had to be better on defense. I think their offense had to improve. Oregon had that style. They won a Big Ten championship last year. What are they going to look like with Dan Leary coming back? What is he going to, with everything going on in Oregon, in Eugene, what is Oregon going to look like this season with Dan Lanning, with a new quarterback at the start for them? What are they going to look like this season with him there? Number 5, I would like to see Oklahoma win one. Brent Venables is he has a great mind for the game. They played a good season, but that Red River rivalry showdown where they did not play well. You have to contain Arch Manning, and that's what's going to happen this year to him when they play him in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. What is going to happen there? How are they going to figure out that style of offense? They've been playing the Red River rivalry ever since. So what is it going to happen this season? So we'll see what happens. The one team I would like to see win one, number 6, would be Clemson. Clemson is fantastic. Clemson with Dabo Swinney, Caleb Klubnik. What are they going to do with a season like they had last year? They played so well, but they lost at home to South Carolina, who played really well. How are they going to combat that loss? And honestly, who's gonna take care of it this season when they haven't been doing so well? Number 7, I would say Ole Miss. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's done a great job at Ole Miss. He is a great coach. He's coming into another season. What is he going to look like? Is he going to have another Jackson Dart, another Trey Harris? Is he going to have another one of those big opportunities to get points on the board? What is he going to look like this season? So I want to see that happen with him. Number 8, I would really like to see Tulsa win one, but they're a small school and they're a private D1 school, so I don't know what their head coach is like. The one team I'd like to see win one is BYU. What is the BYU going to look like this season? Coming into another season, they didn't look so well a couple years ago, but so far they've been playing fantastic. They should be doing well, and hopefully they can get some points going on the board this season. Number 9, I'd say Cal. Cal is a fantastic team. They look exceptional. They looked really good last year when they had to play Miami. Miami's been it was getting there. What is Cal going to look like this season when they have to play? They have to play Oregon State at home. That's a home game for them. So they got a big one at home, and that's a big game to watch, and how they can compete in that series against their defense and how they can compete against that. I would say Miami. What is Miami going to look like without Cam Ward? Carson Beck led Georgia to multiple SEC championships. What is it gonna take for them? He's gonna get booed a lot, but how is Miami gonna look with him at the quarterback, and how is their offense gonna get wins this season? And another one, I'd probably say Utah. Utah could win another one. They don't have Cam Rising anymore. They've switched to a new quarterback. What is Utah going to look like this season? And hopefully they can get through another great season with him at that big position spot that I think they're going to have to deal with a lot of the time. Number 10, I'd say Texas A&M. Mike Elko has done a fantastic job with this A&M team. What is he going to look like this season? Is he going to bring back Marcel Reed? Is he going to come with bigger tempos? Is he going to move the ball? Are they going to move the ball on offense? What are they going to look like this season in a way they could take care of the ball? Number 11, that could win a national championship. I'll probably put my top 11 on there. But the one I would see win a national championship, and I don't know if they could, win a couple, but the team I have in mind is Auburn. What is Auburn going to look like this season? When they did not have a good year, they have Jackson Arnold at quarterback now. Is he going to be the biggest threat in this game? What is he going to look like throughout the season? Is he going to be that style quarterback at Oklahoma where he could throw the football, run a lot on plays, and get a lot just on defense? They did a lot of defense with him. Is he going to be that big threat up front? And how is he going to look this season with him in Jordan Hare? Another team that comes to mind would probably be I'd say Northwestern. I don't know. They haven't been too bad, but they have to settle down and figure out their opportunity to win a couple of games this season. But I don't know. It's going to be a good season in football. I think there's going to be a lot of challenges, a lot of new faces. The team I want to see improve this season is Arkansas. Arkansas needs to do it. I know most of my friends are all Arkansas fans, but I know that there's a lot of teams out there that you could tell just by their team we could get a win. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's going to be that we have a tough schedule ahead. We got Notre Dame at home, week 5. That's a tough game. We got to go. We're at home, and I want to see what Notre Dame does because they were runner-up last year. Got to a national championship, lost to Ohio State, who had that incredible run. I want to see what they look like. Do they have another Riley Leonard? Do they have another Jeremiah Love? Are they going to find that separation they could have in multiple games this season? So I want to see what happens in that area. I know the one team that really comes to mind is how Florida's going to look. I don't know. Billy Napier's been challenging his team each week to get back to what they need to do. And I think it's all about their defense. Tennessee's going to have to be a tough one. But when you look at the games that are on, the one game that'll be interesting is Ohio State and Texas. But the other one that I'm really, really keeping an eye on is LSU and Clemson. LSU and Clemson. What is Dabo Swinney going to look like? What is Garrett Nussmeier going to find a way to get back? Brian Kelly's been with them for at least 2 seasons. What is he going to do? This is his 3rd season. What is Garrett Nussmeier going to do without those top weapons that he had last year? Is he going to find that rhythm where they can run the ball and really get after the quarterback on defense? They don't have Whit Weeks anymore. So they've got to find a way to figure it out. And I think what Dabo is going to have to find is some good defense of rhythm for his offense. So I want to see what Gus Meyer does this season. I think it'll be an interesting season with him at quarterback for his last season. I think it's going to be a tough road for him. You got to play Alabama at home. You got to play Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Texas, Alabama has got to go to Texas. So there's a lot of challenges in this game. But the one game they'll get at home this season is probably Texas A&M. They played them at home. On the road, they didn't do well. Now they're playing them at home in Death Valley. That's a night game. If you go to Death Valley, the time of day that is going to be loud at night is Death Valley. Tiger Stadium is loud at night. And if it's a night game, it is dangerous in Death Valley. So that's going to be a great game down there at Memorial Stadium in Clemson. So I want to see what Clemson does this year. They're going to have to find a way to make a bigger change and see what he can do defensively. So it's going to be a big challenge for them this season. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for my school's team, we'll see. We got a game that, we lost to a really good school. So we'll move on from that. I hope we do. So that's all for now. If any questions, keep subscribing. I want those subscribers to go up. I want to get at least 10 by the end of the summer. And keep subscribing. And I hope keep liking the videos. And turn on your notification bell if you haven't. And also, go support my boy, TreyDog60, on YouTube or Instagram. If you don't follow him on YouTube, that's a darn shame. That's a real shame because you should be following him on YouTube and Instagram. If you don't have his Instagram, then, go follow him. So, that's all I have for now. See you guys later. And I'll see you guys at some point. Later.